got an opportunity to attend the major tourism event held annually in Uganda by the name of Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo. The Expo aims in showcasing and promote Uganda as a prime tourist destination, attracting international tour operators, travel agents, and other tourism industry stakeholders. During the Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo, we as participants got the opportunity to explore Uganda's diverse attractions, a few of them being cultural sites, cultural performances, and familiarization tours to different parts of Kampala City. We were taken for a city tour in Uganda, which typically focuses on exploring the capital city, Kampala. We have been able to visit some popular attractions such as 1. The Munyonyo Matayar Shrine, also known as the Uganda Matayar Shrine.
As renovations were going on at the main palace. However, it was small in size compared to his main palace.
It is a significant religious site in Uganda. It is a Catholic shrine dedicated to the Ugandan Matayars, a group of Christian converts who were persecuted and martyred between 1885 and 1887 for their faith. The martyrs were canonized as saints by the Catholic Church, and their feast day is celebrated on June 3 each year. The site holds historical and spiritual importance, symbolizing the courage and devotion of the Ugandan martyrs and their enduring impact on Christianity in Uganda.
They proceeded. When they reached where there is Owino Market, in October the previous year, Joseph Mukasa, who was a servant in the king's courtyard also, had been killed here for having questioned the king. When Bishop Hannington from England was trying to come to Uganda through the east, extending the evangelical work, when he reached Busoga, he was killed. The reason as to why he was killed under the orders of King Mwanga also was because King Mwanga's gods had told him that the person who will overthrow your kingdom will come from the east. So when news reached him that the white man is trying to access your kingdom through the east, he knew that was the person who had come to overthrow his kingdom. He sent his guys to go and kill him. So he was killed there.
We were also taken to the world's largest hand-dug lake in Kampala. Dug on the orders of Sakaba Mwenga II between 1886 and 1888. The lake was to act as an escape route in case of an attack on Mengo Palace, and also sailing over to his father's, Mutesa I, Lakeside Palace in Munyonyo, as well as to other neighboring countries. There are different tourism activities that take place at this site, which include bird watching, boat races, games, among others.
So Mwanga had his other palace at a place called Munyonyo on the shores of the Lake Victoria. The place is called Murungu. So he went.
We left for Bulangei Mengo, which is the official administrative headquarters of the Baganda Kingdom. The Baganda Kingdom is one of the largest and most influential traditional kingdoms in Uganda, with a rich history and cultural heritage.
Please feel free ask any questions as we go on the tour and take pictures. Let me start with this very important road in our kingdom, and this is the Royal Mile. It is a 1-mile route stretching from the official palace of our kingdom on the other wing to to the headquarters, which is also the parliament of our kingdom, Uganda. This road was put up in 1955 by Sir Edward Mutesa II. That was after visiting Scotland in Edinburgh, where he saw the Royal Mile. And then we also had one of our own. But ours is partly different because it has two roundabouts. The first one is inside the palace, whereby only our king passes through in the middle. The second one is in the middle of the road. That's a long divided drum.
Yes.
And there are two small gates in there. Those gates are open.
We went to the Kabaka's Palace, also known as the Baganda Royal Palace, which is the official residence of the Kabaka King of Baganda, one of the traditional kingdoms in Uganda. The Kabaka's Palace holds significant historical and cultural importance for the Baganda Kingdom. It serves as the seat of power for the Kabaka, and it is the center of Baganda's governance and administration.
The palace was attacked in 1966, and
This one
by Idi Amin. I mean, it is Obote who actually ordered Idi Amin to attack the palace.
Wow.
And the President Obote turned this palace compound into a military barracks.
Oh.
So we called it.
We also went to Idi Amin's armory that was constructed by the Israelites in the early 1970s but later turned into a torture chamber where thousands of Ugandans lost their lives.
Now, he was a president of Uganda from 1971 to 1979. And in a period of 8 years, he was in power. The country lost over 300,000 people. Now, this is according to the book, The Last King of Scotland.
Within the same area, we came across a tree by the name of barkcloth fig. This Ugandan barkcloth was designated a masterpiece of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity by UNESCO 2005. It is a traditional textile material made from the inner bark of a tree species, primarily the mutuba tree with the scientific name Ficus natalensis in Uganda. It has a long history and cultural significance in the country, particularly among the Baganda people.
The act of making this special fabric in the kingdom was fading out. It was like fading out. And the story begins 500 years ago. So we peel off the bark of the tree, the inner layer, We first remove this outer layer, then we go to the inner layer. We do this gently. So that we don't damage the trunk. And after, it needs a lot of patience. And I tell you, people who are aging, they produce the best backcloth, but they cannot pound for 8 hours. At least they pound for 4 hours and then keep it till next morning and finish up.
It's becoming longer.
Yes, it's becoming longer and flatter.
Wow.
So at the end of the day,
You get this.
Wow.
Wow.
and at times the trees are not perfect, so you may use raffia or sisal, so it
Join it together.
I think I can do this for 8 hours.
my grandfather
Without a
at
break.
80 would still pound.
Wow.
He would still make it for the village.
Oh, this is
And it's getting longer.
The body game is ready.
Wow.
We tried to put 2 in every box. So this means this side we have got, since there are 8
From this,
boxes, there are 16
I
boxes.
get
Then
this.
we need that one.
It's so lovely.
Then that one, then the other side.
The next attraction was the Uganda National Mosque, also known as the Gaddafi National Mosque. It is one of the largest mosques in Africa and serves as a significant religious and cultural landmark in the country.
والعاديات ضبحا فالموريات قدحا فالمغيرات صبحا فأثرن به نقعا فوسطن به جمعا إن الإنسان لربه لكنود وإنه على ذلك لشهيد وإنه لحب الخير لشديد أفلا يعلم إذا بعثر ما في القبور وحصل ما في الصدور إن ربهم بهم يومئذ لخبير صدق الله العظيم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعاديات ضبحا فالموريات قدحا فالمغيرات صبحا فأثرن به نقعا فوسطن به
You roll, my sister.
You're
You
bravo,
roll.
Mom.
You guys are great.
You guys,
Up Uganda. We enjoyed it. I enjoyed
Uganda, the pearl of
Africa.
the jewel of the continent. Here we come.
Visit Uganda.
Visit Uganda.
It's amazing.
Fantastic.
It was lunchtime. We went for the best Ugandan cuisine, which reflected a fusion of traditional indigenous flavors: matoke, lawambo, groundnut stew, chapati, katogo, nakati, and many, many others. After lunch, we went to another historical site commemorating the Christian martyrs of Uganda. It is the museum at the Anglican Martyrs Shrine in Namugongo. The museum showcases a collection of artifacts, documents, and displays that depict the history of the Ugandan martyrs and the early Christian missionary efforts in Uganda. The exhibits talk about the lives of the martyrs, their trials, and the impact of their sacrifice on the growth of Christianity in the region. It is a sacred place of worship and pilgrimage for Anglican Christians. It is built on the spot where the martyrs were burned to death for their faith.
What the soldiers of the king had to resort to was to tie the legs of these young people and drag them on their back. So the back in Swahili is mugongo. So why this place you can call Namugongo? Because of the pain where these young people were brought here. And the blood was flowing, all the backs, the bones were exposed. One was compared past. How these people managed to reach here? Banova Zevacha in Uganda. Then they replied, they have come on their backs. So they have come on Namugongo. They have reached on their backs.
The shrine features a beautiful and serene setting, with lush gardens, a prayer chapel, and various monuments dedicated to the martyrs. Every year on June 3rd, a large number of pilgrims gather at Namugongo to commemorate the Martyrs' Day, honoring the martyrs' sacrifice and celebrating their faith. The beauty of Uganda lies in its harmonious blend of wildlife, landscapes, water features, cultural heritage, and warm hospitality. Whether exploring its national parks, encountering endangered gorillas, or simply enjoying the tranquility of its natural surroundings, Uganda offers a captivating and unforgettable experience for nature lovers and adventure seekers. We give special thanks for Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo.
Thank you ever so much, our very dear friends. Thank you for your love. Uganda Tourism Board, thank you. Really, really thank you.